Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan, and today I'm here to talk about what we do to people with medical debt in this country, or what we can do. What actually happens in this country because of medical debt. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. This is essentially why I'm making this video, because the person who will benefit from the GoFundMe account is one of our subscribers named Pyramid7. He sent me this link, and it's essentially talking about a scenario that I believe he's involved in. See, his wife had a horrible medical issue, and when you have something like that, medical debt can pile up. And as a result of the medical debt, people do what I would consider shitty things to get that money, right? That's what it's about. Make money. Money, the most important thing in the universe. More money. That's why the world is, that's why shitty things exist in the world, because of dumb thinking like that. Stupid fucking thinking like that. That's why these type of things happen. And in one of my live streams on our other channel, he was telling me about the sheriffs showing up at his house. And I was like, oh man, don't be paranoid. Like, what was it about? Like in my mind, because I had no idea. So I'm telling him, like, well, hey, as long as you don't get paranoid about it or anything like that, because I'm trying to be like, just because you're in this stressful situation, I hope you're not like over exaggerating anything, because when people are in these type of scenarios, they can become upset. So I'm like, hey, don't be paranoid, don't get locked into a conspiracy or whatever the fuck. And then he sent me this video, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm the idiot for not knowing about this, or not really ever hearing about this. I really had no idea that this actually happens in America. And I'm sorry for talking so much before I played a video, but that has to be said. We should all know about this. And here we go. Here's the clip.
A new investigation reveals that medical debt collectors are getting judges to issue warrants for sick people who are too poor to pay off medical bills. RT's Brigitte Santos joins me now from Los Angeles with more.
Now, what he just said from the jump should already be like, what? They do what? I don't care if they're rich and obviously if they're rich, they probably won't have the debt. But let's say they have resources and they're just not paying their medical bills. I'm still like, what? We're letting healthcare be this for-profit business. And these are the results we get.
So Brigitte, tell me about this investigation. Where did it take place and what did you learn?
Well, this investigation was conducted out of Coffeyville, Kansas, and it was published by the nonprofit newsroom ProPublica. It reveals how medical debt collectors are basically telling judges who to send to jail for the crime of being too poor to pay medical bills. And here's how it works. Defendants appear in court to testify to their poverty in what's known as a debtor's exam. They do this in front of a debt collector and a judge. That debt collector usually works on behalf of a hospital or a group of doctors or ambulance services. And
debt collectors working on behalf of a hospital, doctors, or like an ambulance guy. They're like, what are you, the fucking mafia? The freak? Your doctors have hired debt collectors to pick up checks from people who can't pay for their medical bills. That is criminal. Like, in the universe of things, that's literally criminal.
And they present the defendant with their options. The defendant can agree to a payment plan to have their wages or bank accounts garnished, or to have a lien placed on their property.
That's right. We'll take your house, your Social Security, whatever you got, your paychecks, your bank accounts. Yeah, we're taking that shit because you did some dumb thing and got had a medical issue. You did some dumb thing and got hurt. You did some dumb thing and got sick. How stupid are you? Why'd you get sick? Hey, don't we all get sick? Not the point. You should have worked harder in life so you can just pay it. I want to say these people are criminals, but most of them probably have no fucking clue. As far as they don't understand that is wrong. Because they don't do the things that I constantly talk about, which is working on yourself, like true existentialism. They don't do that shit. They're from womb to tomb conditioned by their biology and by their society. And hey, universe probably looks at you like we look at ants. Where it's like, up, one down. One living, one dead. On and on, just turn over. And once in a while you see if someone's like, oh, okay, this one's different. They did something. They recognize themselves. They recognize where they are. Let's pay attention to that one. Let the ants do what they do. But no offense to ants. But these guys are like, oh, let's give special attention to these ones. For better or for worse. Something happens when you do that type of work. When you do the existential work. When you understand who you really are. Not just, I am who I am. No offense. Referencing someone. But you need more than that. Alright, let's continue.
Now, if defendants do not show up to any of these debtors' exams, the debt collector can then ask the judge to issue a warrant so that that debtor ends up in jail, and that's what often happens.
Socialism is evil. Socialism is evil. Go tell that to them, asshole. Go tell that to those people. Go tell them they're free because they don't have socialism there. You entered the contract. Yeah, but you have any ounce of humanity there? Show integrity in this area, but kids being bombed over here is just no problem. Fucking stupid like Shapiro and Crowder fans. God wants borders. Fucking Antichrist. Fucking. Let's continue.
So medical debt in America is obviously a huge problem. So what kind of people typically get sued by these medical businesses?
I mean, all kinds of people get sued and arrested over medical debt. In Coffeyville, for example, there was a pregnant woman who was arrested for missing a debt collection hearing regarding a $230 radiology bill that she had not paid. There was a father of a boy who had leukemia. Now he was arrested for being too poor to pay off his son's medical bills. And this list.
That's right, logical, rational. No matter what your scenario is, we don't look at it like, oh man, you're an individual living a life, and you might have unique problems with you. It's like, nope, just here's the policy. You don't do this, you go to jail, or you pay the fine. It's like you're trying to be robots. Well, how else do you do it? Fucking robots. Here we go.
It goes on. Some of these people are incredibly sick, and it happens all over the country. Meanwhile, debt collectors are profiting.
That judge is mad hot, by the way. Like, is that a real judge? That looks like a TV judge. I'm just saying.
In Coffeyville, one debt collector who was interviewed said that he charges his clients a commission rate of 1/3 of all the money that he collects. Now, some of that commission can even come from a defendant's cash bail, which is absolutely crazy. Now, in America, debt collection is an $11 billion industry, with medical debt accounting for almost half of all total debt payments collected each year. Medical debt is usually taken on by consumers without any knowledge of the actual costs because our medical system is not transparent. People often don't know what they're going to be paying until they get that bill.
Doesn't that sound like a credit card scam? Use this 50% off. There's like a great Carlin bit where he's like,
quality, values, style, service, selection, convenience, economy, savings, performance, experience, hospitality, low rates, friendly service, name brands, easy terms, affordable prices, money-back guarantee, free installation. Free admission, free appraisal, free alterations, free delivery, free estimates, free home trial, and free parking. No cash? No problem. No kidding. No fuss, no muss, no risk, no obligation, no red tape, no hidden charges, no down payment, no entry fee, no purchase necessary. No one will call on you, no payments or interest till December, and no parking.
this sounds like a credit card company. It's like, but in your commercial you said, sorry, 3% interest, so it's actually this amount. And scam artists, essentially. Not builders of a great capitalistic system. They're creating jobs. Like, no, they're probably just scam artists. These certain guys in certain areas, they're probably just scam artists.
And consumers often take on this debt knowingly because their lives depend on getting these treatments.
Yeah, it's a scam. It's a scam. Either, die sick or, get healthy, but be a slave the rest of your life. Options. Weigh those options out.
But debtors' prisons here in the United States, those were outlawed long ago, and the Supreme Court has ruled them unconstitutional. So in this particular circumstance, where's the oversight?
There really isn't much oversight. Now, the modern-day debtors' prison lives on, and we've talked about this on this show before, because judges can incarcerate defendants for failing to appear in court by charging them with contempt, or by ruling that a defendant is purposely not paying the debt rather than being legitimately too poor to pay it. And many judges themselves don't even have a law degree. Judge Casement was a cattle rancher. He was appointed a magistrate judge, even though he'd never previously taken law courses. And this is perfectly legal because Kansas does not require magistrate judges to have college degrees, and other states have very similar rules, so there really isn't much oversight.
Now, I'm not saying that you have to have a law degree to be a judge. I don't believe that at all. I think you better know morality very deeply. You better understand objective morality if you want to be a judge, if you want to judge other people, for sure. Or judge how, someone should be treated or whatever. You better understand objective morality. Not that these guys know that shit at all, these, courtroom judges. But if you're going to live in a robotic system and you're not even living by that. You're not even living by the robotic system that you want. You want someone who has this degree and understands the law in this way. This guy doesn't even have a fucking thing. He doesn't have a degree in law. Yet he can send you to jail or make you pay some amount you can't afford, or garnish, or demand your checks be garnished, your bank account garnished, to pay back our higher citizens, our better people, because they have more money, they're better. Fucking, all right.
Absolutely unbelievable. Brigitte Santos, thank you very much for telling us this story today.
All right, that's it from the video, I guess. So yeah, someone, I'll shout him out, HS Mac, fucking Dallas Mavericks fan, fucking fanboy of the Mavericks, of Luka and Nowitzki. We had this discussion in the comments. You probably find it. I forgot what video it's under. And we were talking about I said, we should have somewhat of a system where we vote for ideas. We vote the best ideas in rather than people. Right? Rather than people that represent our ideas, let's vote for ideas. Like, go right to the ideas. And he said, I'm all for that. How are we going to do it? So I asked him, what's your favorite color? Then tell me how you know it's your favorite color. See, the point I'm getting at, hopefully he doesn't watch this because I'm giving away the answer to some degree. The point of that is to get someone to truly know themselves. And it can start something as simple as, what is my favorite color? Seriously, go do the thought experiment. Ask yourself, what's my favorite color? Mine is blue. How do I know it's blue? How do I know it's my favorite color? How do I know it's not an implanted thought, like in some sci-fi world? How do I know it's not, conditionally implanted? As in my environment, my parents put blue tile on the walls, blue wallpaper, blue sheets, blue bed, blue crib, blue everything, and then just imprinted on me as a child. How do I know I'm not lying to myself? How do I know the TV didn't program me to like blue? How do I know nature didn't program me to like blue? Like, every time I saw the color blue, something good happened. How do I know that? Oh, I'll have to know myself to know my favorite color is blue. And that's the point of that question. That's why I ask people that. That's the angle I'm going at. So how are you going to get us to vote for ideas instead of just people? How are we going to get rid of this bullshit of imprisoning people for not having enough money to pay for medical debt? How do we do that? You become individuals and you know yourself. That's when you'll know objective morality, and that's when you start expressing that and everyone else is doing it, that's when it, from a faraway distance, it'll seem like a strong unit moving towards the same thing. But in reality, it's blatant, basic moral questions that are, if you do any inkling of work, are obvious to answer. What's the best idea? It's like, And I know myself, which is essentially like, oh, I understand my inner universe. It's like, how would it work there? But, oh, if I had something like sickness around or ill health or, broken legs or whatever the fuck, if that was in my inner universe, in my imagination of my inner universe, but, oh, if that existed, my best possible answer would be like, oh, you just go to the doctors and they take care of you. And hopefully you get to go home, or if you have to stay there and get taken care of more, cool. Why don't we start there? Why don't we ever start with that idea? It's because of egotistical conditioning that says, that's not pragmatic to do that. We can't do that right now. We need to sit around and find guys who have degrees at these specific universities to tell me that we can't do that. It's like, really? I mean, literally, water falls from the sky, yet we tell, like, we don't have enough water for everyone. It's like, what? Isn't like Michael Phelps just like swimming? He's not even drinking that water. He's just swimming in it. And we give him gold medals for it. You're homeless? Sorry, you should have did the work. We need a structured system so that people work to live in the houses, because if everyone could just have a house, like, well, if we just don't have enough houses to go around for everyone, so we're gonna have to find a way to separate certain people that can have a house and certain people that cannot have a house. Like, oh, that's bullshit too, because A-Rod owns like a mansion with fucking 48 rooms in it. The fucking Pope lives in a fucking castle. Little blatant things that should be so obvious to people, but we're too locked into our conditioned patterns. Unexamined life is not worth living. Apparently from Socrates. Thank you, Mary, for that. I never knew where that was from, so apparently it's from Socrates. Mary Rose told me. I hope I said that right. And if I take a political, look into all this, I don't vote for anyone. me personally. I don't vote for anyone. But I can see why people are so apeshit about Bernie Sanders. He wants to bring in single payer and clear all medical debt. And you have a bunch of dumb assholes running around saying, we can't afford that with the money. Meanwhile, real people are just suffering. And you're fucking coveting pieces of paper or digits on a screen. This is why people are so apeshit about Bernie Sanders. And I tell them I don't vote, but I tell them I understand why you're doing this. Because shit like this exists. Shit like this happens. And it makes sense to, it makes sense that you guys vote this way. It makes a lot of sense. I think my way makes more sense because it'll just put a kaput to all of it. Imagine 300 million Americans standing outside the White House saying, you're done. That's it for you. We're not going to hurt you. Just move on. All right, guys, set up tables. We're going to start talking about ideas now. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you two, you're going to debate these ideas because you seem to be the most like proficient at understanding these ideas. So you two are going to debate this, or you five. And you're not going to have 5 minutes each. You're going to have as much time as we fucking need to figure this out. Oh, you're an economics guy. You can point out how the numbers would work out. Oh, you're a resources guy. You'll point out how, how much resources it'll take to get this thing going. That's why I think my idea is better. But, like I said, I do understand why people love Bernie so much, because they hear stories like this, or they lived this, or they know someone who lived this, and they're tired of it. Understandably tired of it. I'm tired of it too. So that's my little political bend on this. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you feel like, comment, agree, disagree, send me information. Tell me about if you have a story to tell, or if you've seen a story on the internet, send it to me. I check out as much shit as I can. It's starting to be more, it's actually weird because more people are watching us, and then more people are commenting, and I still try to go through every single one of your comments, which is why I respond to everyone. Don't be freaked out if I respond. I mean, at some point, if we ever get a lot of viewers, I'll just, all right, you guys can talk to each other, but I'm going to, go through them and try to read them all. But I'm not going to be like, yeah, nice point. Hey, good point. Hey, I disagree with that. Or, hey, I like this. I try to, keep you guys, because you guys fucking educate me, right? One of my subscribers who's going through this personally sent me this video. That's why I'm going over it. I watched it and instantly knew, oh, I'm going to do a video on this. Because this is... Oh yeah, you can also make in the comment section, you can make a fan request. Just write out fan request, and here's my video. If I think you're trolling, then I might not do it. And also try to keep it like, 15 minutes or shorter. It's easier for me. Alright. Yeah, that's it for me. Subscribe if you feel like, comment, agree, disagree, lay all that shit out in the comment section. Donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery GoFundMe link in the description box. Once again, you should help out because this story could be, this story is actually happening. And one of my subscribers told me about it. And I mean, right now, if this is the best we can do, is if you have $5 laying around, $5, hopefully more, think about donating. Devon's Journey to Recovery, GoFundMe link in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.